Hi folks, it's me back again, Ghost Critic, for another comic book corner. We've got some surprises, we've got some disappointments, we've got some in store for you today. So let's get straight into it with Brightest Day number 8. Oh wow. Oh how you tease me, Mr. Johns. Last issue was such a huge step up. We finally realise what's happening now, why the White Lantern is here, why all these characters have been resurrected. They've all got missions to go on, and I started getting excited about this title. This, however, dulled that excitement once again. The only good thing really about this issue was that they've seemed to take a different tack on plotline now. It's not chop 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 chop, character different character different character. Basically it settles on predominantly two of the characters. We have the Hawk World plot line, and we have the Martian Manhunter plot line with a bit of Boston Brand tagged on at the start, which I don't really count. They don't really tell us anything new that we didn't already know from the previous issue. So I was incredibly disappointed with this yet again. The artwork, it is very jarring. There's a lot of artists on this book, and maybe if they just stuck to one throughout the whole issue, then maybe it would be more enjoyable. But it does go from different style to different style, and it's distracting. So we have the whole Hawk World. We get a bit more history about the relationship between Thanagar and Earth. Something I don't really understand, but it seemed to be setting it up, an exposition. But to be honest, of all the characters that have been resurrected, the Hawkman and Hawkgirl, the least of my interest, to be honest. So I wasn't particularly interested in that. We have the Martian Manhunter realising that now there is another Green Martian, or is there? We don't know, but it seems to be that way. There's a lot of rumour that this could possibly be his wife. We don't know that. It does tend, the way she speaks to the Martian girl, I'm sorry I forget her name, the way she talks to her does seem to be there's some connection between the Martian Manhunter and this other Green Martian. So obviously the internet has been rife with speculation there. And he flies off to Star City because this is where they think this other Green Martian is. Progressing that tale a little in the fact that we saw last issue that Martian Manhunter's mission is to, what appears to be, burn down the forest that's sprouted out in the middle of Star City. Again, this issue was just for me, it was dull to say the least. What really did annoy me, I must get this in, Hawk, out of Hawk and Dove. He is so annoying. The bit that, on a side note, I'm not sure where his part of the story in this relates to Birds of Prey. Because Birds of Prey, the last issue, number 4, we actually got a little bit of emotional depth from him. In the sense that, you know, he's mortally wounded on the run. And he appears to be dying. And he doesn't want to come back. He wants to make sure, you know, that if he does die, he gets turned to ashes, thrown to the wind, with no possible way of being resurrected. He doesn't want to come back. It's the way it should be. And you did get some emotional depth from him, which made me kind of think, oh, he's not such an idiot after all. And then he just turns back into, you know, alpha male dog, violent, aggressive, bravado, with no particular depth to character. No. Now, the disappointment of the week. I didn't even realise this was going to be on my pull list. I'd not even known it was coming out. It's a Buffy one-shot, Riley. Really, what was the point in this? Apart from to make some more money from Buffy fans. This story's gone. It's done and dusted. We didn't need to know any more from the last story arc. I mean, this is basically Riley and his wife discussing whether he should go and help Buffy. And he's not sure. He just wants to live life on a cornfield, raise kids, white picket fence, the whole family American life deal. And his wife is like, just do it. You're going to be saving the world. We're not going to have this farm unless you save the world along with and help Buffy. And it's interspersed with Twilight, who we already know is Angel. And this is my point. All this, we know the outcome. We know he goes and helps Buffy. We already know who Twilight is. This would have been much better off coming out midway through the story arc in the main Buffy line. Pointless. The art was passable at best. And it just bored me. What a waste of money. Don't pick it up. It would not enrich your life in the slightest. Surprise of the week. Justice Society of America. Now, not that it's been bad lately, but I've just been a bit confused and overwhelmed by this whole crossover with the Justice League. But I really enjoyed this a lot. We have the whole... Well, it finished last issue with Kyle turning up saying Alan Scott must die. When that was a bit of an overreaction, basically. The Guardians of OA has told Kyle, you've got to stop Alan Scott at any cost. Now, okay, the ultimate cost would be for him to die, but you know, I'm sure we can find another way to stop him. So it was a bit dramatic at the end of last issue. So we have a little bit of exposition again there between Kyle and Jade, which ends up with Jade, I suppose, melding with Obsidian, her brother, and becoming this one entity that is supposedly stronger and has a way of powering down Kyle's ring, and obviously the energy within the lantern keeps going down and down and down. Alongside all that going on, we have Wildcat, Faust and the Flash, whatever, working out that basically the Alan Scott they're seeing within this big huge construct isn't really Alan Scott. He's a clever ploy, and Fate, who's been brainwashed or, you know, possessed, is actually the one with power who's holding it off. And fortunately Dr. Midnight rushes in, takes off his hat and breaks it all down, and Dr. Fate's fine again. He's disconnected from this force that's making him do all these bad things. And it is basically like, will the real Alan Scott please stand up in this issue? Which apparently he does right at the very end. Anyway, great artwork, very clean, a big huge splash page, bit busy, but you know, nice splash page to look at and pick out all the little bits within it. Really enjoyed this. I was very, very surprised. I'm glad this picked up a bit. It'll probably go crap again, but for now, let's take what we can get. Best of the week, though not without its faults, the ever-reliable Fables, number 97. Okay, so we're wrapping up the history between Rose Red and Snow White. Basically, we see Rose Red basically being a bitch. Yes, she is causing knights to fight each other, sending them off on impossible missions to die, and eventually seducing Snow White's Prince Charming. And it did all seem to get wrapped up very quickly. There There was no big showdown between Rose Red and Snow White, which I thought there might have been. But no, we just see Rose Red being, you know, the biggest bitch ever, selfish cow. But then it just seems to get cut short. Rose Red realises what a cow she's been in our present day, and finally gets out of her funk, and gets out of bed, cleans herself up, dons her version of the bat suit, and she's off to sort the farm out from all the different factions that are trying to gain power over the farm now. As I said, it was a good story. Like I said, it wasn't without its fault. I felt the history between Snow White and Rose Red got cut a little short. And now we're racing to what I'm really excited about, and that's issue 100. I've heard so much about this issue. It's going to be 100 pages long. It's all new material you're not going to get. You know, like in issue hundreds in the past for other titles, you get a story and then you get a reprint of a story and some sketches. Apparently this is going to be, you might as well be getting in a game station. There's going to be freebies in there of character cutouts to make your own little theatre and have your own Fable story. There is obviously the main title, Fables, in there. There's a short story, I believe, prose story in there. I'm so looking forward to Fables 100, and so should you. If you're not picking up this title, you're a fool! Yes, you're a fool. You're going to have to get the trades, catch up, enjoy this. It's the best comic out there. And the covers are always sweet. So until next week, I'm sorry, yes, that's my lot. I've been Ghost Critic, you've been watching. Subscribe, rate, comment, tell me your thoughts. Peace.